1:21 a.m. A radar sweep passes, then another. In the gap, 239 lives slide off the map. No mayday, no wreckage. Only a hush where jet engines should thunder. What kind of night swallows a Boeing whole and leaves the world guessing? A routine red-eye, families asleep, emails unsent, a birthday cake boxed in the galley. Flight MH370, a Boeing 777-200ER, pushes into humid dark, bound for dawn in China. 239 souls trusting a polished ritual. Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah, veteran, meticulous. Beside him, First Officer Farik Abdul Hamid, young, rising. The climb is clean, instruments steady, radio crisp. Routine hums like a lullaby. Nothing suggests a tale for the ages. Crossing Igari, the ocean ink black below. A voice to air traffic control. Good night, Malaysian 370. Routine words, last heard. In a sky-stitched radio, the thread frays. Quiet creeps in from the edge. Minutes later, the transponder blinks out. On civilian radar, the jet dissolves like breath on glass. Controllers call. No reply. Handover to Ho Chi Minh never happens. Somewhere between screens, the airplane vanishes from polite skies. Beijing's arrivals board freezes on a flight that never comes. Families press together under white lights, clutching flowers, passports, questions. In the long corridor between hope and dread, time stretches like an elastic thread near snapping. Patrol planes rake the waves, ships trace grids, slicks glisten then fade. Every whitecap teases a clue. Radios crackle with coordinates. Searchers chase ghosts cast by sun and spray. Then another screen lights up. Military radar shows a turnback across the Malay Peninsula, a ghost track threading past Penang, westward into the night. Civilians never saw it. Soldiers did. The story bends sharply, without warning. Across the Andaman Sea, the signal drifts toward open water. If fuel lasts, hours more sky remain. But no squawk, no phone pings, no cabin calls. An absence this loud sounds like design, or disaster that steals a voice outright. London, a quiet weekend. Engineers at Inmarsat notice 7 faint handshakes, hourly whispers between a satellite and a jet somewhere under the sky. No position, just distance rings, breadcrumbs drawn in space. From those arcs, 2 possible corridors bloom, north toward crowded skies, or south into nowhere. Doppler shifts tint the whispers, southward, descending toward lonely seas. A math-drawn path replaces the vanished trail of light. Far below that southern arc, water heaves under roaring westerlies. The chosen box lies southwest of Australia, beyond shipping lanes, beyond help. It is a place the map leaves lonely, edged by weather and cold resolve. Perth becomes war room. P3 Orions, P8 Poseidons roar off runways. Satellites cue sweeps. Ships load sonar and hope. The search grid pulses outward. Miles devoured. Storms barged aside. A clock beating since 1:21 a.m. Satellites spot rectangles on waves. Planes dive to check. Again and again, foam masquerades as fate. Hope surges, then sinks with the next whitecap. The ocean, it turns out, is a master of misdirection. A ping, then another. Ocean Shield reports acoustic tones near the black box frequency. Decks fall silent. Headsets tighten. If the beacons sing, a fuselage sleeps below. Coordinates lock. The sea holds its breath with them. Dawn brings dives. An autonomous submersible maps trenches and peaks nobody's seen. Kilometer by kilometer, the abyss becomes a picture. Drowned volcanoes, drifts of silt. No wing, no tail, just the cold grammar of geology. Weeks turn to months, 120,000 square kilometers, nothing conclusive. Budgets fray, monsoon swells return with scorn. Each failure waits the next sortie. Still they launch. What else can persistence do but endure? In Kuala Lumpur, microphones crowd a podium. The Prime Minister's voice falters, then steals. New analysis indicates the flight ended in the southern Indian Ocean. A sentence becomes a tomb. Families hear it before they believe it. A year on, a beach walker on Reunion finds a wing fragment, barnacled, heavy with miles. A flaperon, traced by serials, tied to a name missing from tide tables. MH370. Finally, the sea spits back one truth. Mozambique, Madagascar, Tanzania. More fragments wash ashore. Investigators study barnacles for growth rings, currents for clock hands. The Indian Ocean writes slowly, in drift and shell, a diary few can read with certainty. What happened up there? Possibilities multiply. An onboard fire, slow hypoxia, hijacking, a rogue hand at the controls. Each theory can explain a shadow. None banish the night. Evidence blinks, then recedes, like that first fading return.
Police examine the captain's home simulator and find a southerly route among many flights. Provocative, not proof. Investigators caution, fragments of data do not a verdict make. The line between clue and coincidence blurs. A private company, Ocean Infinity, takes the baton in 2018. Faster AUVs, broader swaths, payment only if they find her. New lines are plowed into old seas. The abyss yields terrain, not answers. The ledger stays open. From tragedy, a mandate. Never again so blind. Airlines adopt space-based ADS-B. ICAO's GADS demands routine tracking. Oceanic routes gain eyes in orbit. A net of signals spreads where silence once hid a jetliner. Search sonars, meant for one wreck, redraw the seabed. Canyons, seamounts, shipwrecks from forgotten wars. Knowledge blooms in the wake of grief. The ocean gives back what nobody asked for, withholding what everyone wants. Names become prayers on paper cranes. In Kuala Lumpur and Beijing, candles gutter in plastic cups. Photos curl at the corners. A daughter speaks into cameras, not for answers, but for remembrance. A life should not end as a rumor. The final report arrives in 2018. It rules out much, proves little. Chairman Kok Soo Chon, measured, admits what no one wants. The precise cause cannot be determined. A door closes without a latch. Wind keeps it moving. So we face the water's long memory. A planet wired with sensors lost a jet between beeps. Somewhere south, metal sleeps, and stories wait. When the sea loosens its grip, what will it tell? And are we ready to hear it?